Hello! Last math video, guys. We made it. Okay, so this is another bonus video because this technically isn't in kindergarten standards. This has been moved to pre-K standards. But this is incredibly important and it's something we touch on every year, especially at the beginning of the year. We talk about it all throughout. Today's video is on patterns. So this is gonna be really short. Patterns, the two things I want the kids to understand is that patterns repeat. And patterns are predictable. That means I can know what's coming next because of the repetition. So we do patterns in my calendar at school. I have a new pattern every single month. We do this is a concept that we work on right at the beginning of the year, and even when it dropped off our standards, we just continued because it is an important thing for them to understand. Okay, so the way that we teach patterns. It goes in a certain order. So first, we want them to be able to identify that is a pattern, identify the pattern. We want them to be able to extend the pattern. So if I have red, blue, what comes next? Red, then blue. So I want them to be able to extend it, see a pattern, identify it, and then extend it. I want them to be able to create patterns, like just come up with their own pattern. And the very last thing that I want them to do is name the pattern. This is where it gets into that abstract thinking. So it's very concrete. The identifying them, the extending them, and the creating them, we do that with objects. We do it with manipulatives. Anything you have at your house. Yes, at school I have tons of manipulatives that I can use at school, but there are lots of things at my house or outside your house that you can use to create patterns. So to identify, extend, and create patterns. The last part is where it gets a little tricky and weird, and that's the naming of the pattern. So I have a little example to kind of show you. I think that most people are pretty familiar with patterns and how we do this, but I just wanted to show you. Obviously, this is pictorial, so we have heart, star, heart. So once we're doing pretty well with identifying the pattern and extending the pattern and creating the pattern, then I introduce, did you know that patterns have a name? Every pattern has a name. So this pattern, the first thing that you see is going to be A, always. The next thing that's different is going to be in the next letter, B. A, B, A, B. So it is a weird switch for them. Some kids get it pretty quick. Some kids take a little time. It's once we get to this part, once your kid can identify the pattern, once your kid can extend the pattern, and once your kid can create their own patterns, then we say, guess what? What is that pattern's name? This one is circle, circle, dot, circle, circle, dot, circle, circle, dot, but it's also A, B, A, B. And what this turns to is that I'll request them to make an AB pattern, or make an AAB pattern, or make an ABB pattern. This last one I did was an ABC pattern. My kids that get really into this will be like, can I do an ABCDEFG pattern? And I'm like, absolutely. Do you have enough space to do that? Great, go for it. Once it kind of clicks, it clicks, and it really just takes practice. And it's so accessible to you guys at home. Use what you have. Use your cars, use your dinosaurs, use your Easter eggs, use your Hatchimals, use grass and rocks outside. Grass, rock, Use your chalk to make patterns on the sidewalk. Use your markers and crayons to make patterns on pieces of paper. Patterns are so important. That translates, the reason patterns are important is because when they get into much higher level math, we're trying to see, and in science especially, what are the patterns? What are the things that are predictable? So being able to identify them in this very concrete way when they're children helps them to be able to identify patterns in a really abstract way as they get into much harder curriculum. So that's your patterns bonus video. Have fun at home with them. And we use our bodies too, like clap, clap, stomp, clap, clap, stomp. That's another way we use patterns, that we do patterns at school that's really concrete, that the kids really enjoy. Have fun with this one. This is a really great one to just play with and have fun with. So I hope these videos have been helpful. I'm going to start working on the science and social studies standards. Those are going to be the next ones after we finish this. So enjoy your weekend. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday.